Havoc, he does continue to wreak, indeed. Yeah. Voight has done a good job at wreaking havoc.
What can you preview for the new season and how it will kick off in the first episodes?
Oof. Well, first of all, the short answer is everything. You can look forward to everything because it is, I mean, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah. I feel like we're able to tell stories now that we're on Paramount Plus that we didn't have the time to tell when we were on CBS. And so every season, the level of storytelling has just like gone up and up and up. This season, we really lean into the psychology of these killers. So there's a lot of really like intriguing like puzzle building that happens this season. But then also we got your unsubs. You want unsubs? We got your unsubs right here. It's going to be like a really propulsive season.
No, there's a really nice sprinkling of unsubs, and the fun part is we've got to try and continue to figure out now if they are operating in cahoots with other people or if they're operating on their own. And they're big question marks this season. For the fans that like love to dig in and try and figure it out either before us or as we do, like there's a lot of that this season.
Yeah.
Kind of going off of that, in the last season finale, Voight got attacked in prison, proving that this is not the end of the unsub. What will we see in that story and how he will continue to wreak havoc for the BAU?
Havoc, he does continue to wreak, indeed. Yeah. Voight has done a good job at wreaking havoc. I think he just continues to provide us with big questions about who he is, what he's about, and also like how that makes each of us feel as individuals. Like, it's really interesting in that way.
I think we talked, and I actually think that Joe's character Rossi said it on one of a previous episodes that like the law person, the lawman, and the criminal, they need each other to exist, right? That there's some strange symbiosis in their relationship, and I think you really see that with us and Voight.
Yeah.
We need him to understand how people like him operate. We need to understand how his mind works, but we hate that we need him because he's a serial killer. He's a sociopath. And so everybody has their own emotional reaction to working with this guy. And he's a smarty pants. He's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe the best we've ever
For
chased.
sure, I think he's the best we've ever been up against. And I think that's where those question marks come into play because we know that we are quite advanced in the field of staying a step ahead of these guys. And this is the first person that's come along that is making us question our aptitude at some junctures. And so like, that's where it gets interesting when you start questioning your own ability and someone's good enough to make you question that. That's competition.
Yeah.
That's good competition.
On a little bit of a lighter note, also in the finale, Tara and Rebecca finally revealed their relationship. What's next for them in these episodes?
Can't tell you. Oh my God, everything is a secret. I will say that, I love that relationship. I think that Nicole's such a great actress and that it's been really fun to play Dr. Lewis kind of, letting go a little bit. She's tightly wound. She's a career lady, and I understand that because I'm very driven, in terms of my work as well. So to see her relax a little bit, to see her open up and be more vulnerable has been really fun to watch and really fun to play. And I think people are going to love where that relationship goes this season. Yeah.
So sweet. Yeah, I love that relationship. It's really sweet.
Now, you both have directed in the past. Could fans expect that to continue in this new season?
Yeah, I mean,
yes, we both didn't do one.
No, I did one.
You
this
did
season.
one. You did. That's
Yeah,
right. You
so
did.
I don't. Yeah. This is a spoiler. Here it comes. So I directed the second episode of the season, so people have that to look forward to. I'm really happy with it. I just watched it again the other day, and I was like, oh snap, this is really good.
It's good. Who did this? Brilliant.
Oh my God, the mind of this director.
See who directed this. Yeah, and then it all came flooding back to you as soon as you started.
It was a long time ago. So it's a great episode, and Adam's directing coming up.
Yes, I'll be able to love on myself in my own episode this coming season. Yeah,
great director, and we've been friends for a long time. But what's been really nice as we both moved through our directing careers is to go to him for creative input. And I just directed a movie, and I got Adam to give me some notes on it, and they were lovely notes, and they really helped me.
It was a lovely movie. Yeah, she's so talented.
This is my homie right here.
Yeah, for real. So many years, long before Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Totally.
What do you guys love most about directing as opposed to just acting?
For me, the job of an actor, you're really just caring for the other people in your scene. You're caring for yourself, you're caring for who you're talking to or you're opposite in the scene. But when you're a director, you get to care for everybody. You get to take care of everyone on set, both in front of and behind the camera. And that's a really gratifying thing to be able to hopefully create an environment where everybody gets to do their best work, they get to shine. You get to be a coach. And that, to me, like watching other people really excel at their work and knowing that you had some hand in supporting that, I think is the thing I love most.
I love that. That's one of the biggest things for me as well. I'll piggyback on that a little bit and just say that it's also really nice, and it really in the same thing. It's just to add on, you get an opportunity to work with the crew in that way, and especially when you're on a show for so long, which I think is where it really makes sense, is that you're with these people every day as an actor in one capacity, and you don't get to interact with the art director or the people that are building the sets and all locations, everybody you depend on, because there's so many people behind making the show, behind making anything you watch. I mean, hundreds sometimes of people. And so as the director, you get to interact with all of those people on every level, and you get to witness how much talent they have and the pleasure of working with them most of the time. And it's great. I love that. I love getting able to branch out and get to touch everybody else that contributes to making something.
For my final question, the series has already been renewed for another season.
Yes.
Even before this new season has premiered.
That's how good it is.
How does it feel knowing that the fans are still tuning in and loving the show after the original run?
We have this conversation a lot as a cast, and with our showrunner Erica and our incredible writing team, that I don't think any other show can say in their 18th and now about to be 19th season that they're doing their best work ever. Yeah. It's really unique. I mean, I think it's singular. Like, the show has just in every way like upped its game every single season. And so for us, we just talk a lot about how excited we are to be a part of something so meaningful globally, such a phenomenon, and how we all want to push ourselves to do the very best work that we can. The writing is out of control. Like, we just got the first episode for the next season, and I was like, there were a lot of curse words in the group chat. So I was like,
and that is the thing, right? Because you've got to just keep leveling up to make it interesting for the fans, to make it interesting for the people that show up to do the work itself. And it's amazing how the show has continued to grow a fan base over the years. I know that a lot of that happened during COVID, where all of a sudden people were exposed to the show that might not have been before. And I love that we're delivering for those people that are showing up now and they're new, and the people that have been around for a long time supporting get new and more detailed bits about the characters that they've grown to love so much. So
it's great.
Yeah. It's great.
Well, thank you so much. It was great chatting with you two.
You too. Have a great
seeing
day.
you. Yeah.
You too.
Thank you.